What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Dude Hunt Show. The Cincinnati Bengals are your 2021 AFC North Divisional champions. This is absolutely unbelievable. After yesterday's win on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs, the Bengals have clinched the AFC North with still a game to go. This is absolutely crazy. It's so amazing to see, the Bengals finally in the postseason again this year. We are 10-6 with our season finale this week in Cleveland against the Browns. And it's so awesome to see, these people who said the Bengals were going to suck this year and that we were going to be horrible and we were going to have a top 5 pick again. I know people who said we were going to have 3, 4. I know somebody who even said we were only going to win 2 games this season, and we have had double-digit wins for the first time since 2015. This is so amazing. I still cannot believe we won yesterday. And, heading into the game, I thought it was going to be close. And, I was talking to people, if we won, I would not be shocked if we won. But when we won, I was absolutely shocked because how we did it and how we came back and how we fought back against one of the best teams in the NFL. And, heading into this game, the Chiefs, many people consider the Chiefs the best team in the NFL at this point. And we go toe-to-toe with them and we defeat them. Kind of recapping it here, the Chiefs in the first quarter, they got up to a very, very quick 14-0 lead. And, you start looking at this and, maybe, the Bengals aren't as good as we think they are, or, they're not ready for that playing like a top team quite yet. Maybe they can't play against these great teams and win. So that's kind of going through some of the Bengals' minds at that moment when they're down 14-0. And then Ja'Marr Chase with an incredible catch and run for 72 yards. Burrow found Chase on a touchdown. All of a sudden, it's 14-7. And then, in the first half, really, we could not stop the Chiefs' offense. So Mahomes was not getting pressured at all. Every single target he threw to was wide open. We could not stop the running game for Kansas City. We just could not stop anything. And they scored on their next drive to make it 21-7. And then Burrow found Chase again on an amazing 18-yard touchdown. It's really funny because a couple plays before this, one of the Kansas City defensive backs stopped the play on Chase, and he did like the gritty dance that Chase does when he scores a touchdown. So the Kansas City guy, does the dance, basically, taunting, mocking Chase, whatever. And a couple plays later, Chase scores on him. And then he basically, dances in the end zone for the gritty like Chase does for a touchdown. So it's kind of like karma on that Kansas City defender and doing Chase's dance. A couple plays later, he scores on him. So at that point, with Chase's second score of the game, it is 21-14. Again, we cannot stop the Kansas City offense. They score with just around 2 minutes to go. It's 28-14 with 2 minutes left before halftime. Evan McPherson gets us a very crucial field goal to end the half with a 46-yard field goal. We're down 28-17. It's one of those times where you don't know if the Bengals are going to win or not, but it's really hard to take them out of the game when you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow. He was absolutely incredible this game. Starting in the third quarter, like I said, 28-17. The only score of the third quarter was Burrow to Chase for 69 yards for a touchdown. It was 28-24 at the start of the fourth quarter. And then Boyd scores a touchdown from Burrow. That's Burrow's fourth passing touchdown. Back-to-back weeks, Joe Burrow has had 4 passing touchdowns. That is insane. With Boyd's score, we go up 31-28. Kansas City gets a field goal, tied up at 31 with 6 minutes to go. And amazing clock management by Joe Burrow. Some amazing play calls by Zach Taylor to take the time off the clock. And as time expires, they're able to get a 20-yard field goal from Evan McPherson to win the game over Kansas City 34-31. And I know, there might be some doubts that Bengals fans start this game. We might not come back. We're down 14 and everything like that. But the way we came back and fought back against one of the best teams in the league, and we win this game, the Chiefs are arguably the best team in the NFL at this point. There was no reason to me Right now, there's no reason that the Bengals aren't Super Bowl contenders. I might sound crazy. I might sound biased. I honestly don't care. The way the Bengals have played the past couple of weeks, we can beat anybody. I mean, we've put up 41 points against the Baltimore Ravens. We put up 34 points against a Kansas City defense who has been absolutely phenomenal since October. Like, they're playing out of their minds. We are playing out of our minds right now. I mean, Joe Burrow, I know with only one game to go, the MVP is probably already won to maybe Aaron Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, one of those three guys. But I feel like Joe Burrow needs at least more consideration for the MVP. He's had back-to-back weeks with over 400 yards or more, with 4 touchdowns in each of those games, and 0 interceptions. He's averaging over 450 passing yards the last 2 games against 2 very, very impressive defenses. It's crazy how good Joe Burrow is and how much a team can be impacted by a great quarterback. Joe Mixon, he had 12 attempts for 46 yards. He didn't really get anything going this game, but I mean, who cares what stat wise or anything like that? As long as we got the win, it's exactly what we did. Jamar Chase, holy crap! I don't even know what to say about Chase. I mean, Burrow was phenomenal, but Jamar Chase, he had 11 receptions for 266 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is absolutely amazing. I mean, he breaks Ocho Cinco's record for a single game most receiving yards in franchise history. Chase had 12 targets. He caught 11 of them. That's very impressive. I mean, he averaged over 20 yards per reception. Like I said earlier, Boyd found the end zone on a touchdown. Higgins had over 60 receiving yards. I said it last week. I want to say it this week again. When this offense gets hot, and if it's like this, nobody can stop us. Okay, Chase had 266 receiving yards against as of right now, heading into this game, 100% a top 5, top 10 defense in the NFL. If you take him away, we still have T. Higgins, and we still have Tyler Boyd, and we still have Mixon who can, run the ball pretty efficiently when he has to. Not to mention, not being biased, as of right now, it's just facts. Joe Burrow, who is 100% a top 5 quarterback as we head into the final week of the 2021 season. I just cannot believe this, honestly, that we won. The way we came back was amazing. We are a 10-win team with 1 game to go against Cleveland. And it's really funny to me because this is being recorded on Monday night. Tonight, the Cleveland Browns take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Browns have 2 games to go, and they've already been eliminated from the playoffs. That is so freaking awesome. Because all offseason, you hear the Cleveland Browns, oh, well, they are Super Bowl contenders, and they're going to win the AFC North, and they're going to be great, and all that, and all that. We've already won a division with a game to go. They have 2 meaningless games to be played. You know how great the AFC North is? In my opinion, I think it's the best division in the NFL. I think it's extremely underrated. And I feel like other teams in the division would agree with that as well. But there's a very strong possibility that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be the only team to represent the AFC North in the postseason. That is very impressive and just goes to show how great this Bengals team is this year. And, at the end of the game when, Evan McPherson made that field goal a couple plays earlier, Joe Burrow went down on the play. He limped off the field, and Brandon Allen, the backup quarterback, came in just to kneel down and everything, kind of take time off the clock for Cincinnati. And lots of people are wondering what's, Joe Burrow's situation. To me, I think he's fine and everything. We saw him dancing around celebrating in the locker room yesterday with Boyd, Chase, Mixon, all those guys. So to me, I don't think it's something that serious, but I do think something that needs to be talked about is possibly not playing Burrow this week against Cleveland. Because honestly, you watch this game against Kansas City. I mean, Burrow threw for over 404 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked a lot, and it was a problem big time. And it started really early on. I mean, he was sacked so much, literally the nameplate on the back of his jersey came off. That tells you how many times he was hit and sacked and everything like that. To me, with Burrow not being 100% and playing against Cleveland this week, who has a terrific defensive line, Myles Garrett, one of the best players in the NFL, I think it would probably be best if the Bengals did not play Joe Burrow this upcoming week against Cleveland. Because honestly, there is a scenario where technically we can get the 1 seed, it is extremely unlikely. We are currently the 3 seed, and in order for us to get the number 1 seed, the Chiefs would have to lose to the Denver Broncos. That's not going to happen. And the Titans, I believe, they would have to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's not going to happen. If we lose against Cleveland, there is a scenario where we possibly could drop to the 4 seed. But to me, I feel I would rather be the 4 seed and have a more healthier Joe Burrow than be the 3 seed and have a Burrow starting, but who's not quite as healthy. I think it would be smart if we did not play Burrow, Mixon, Chase, Higgins, some of those guys in this game against Cleveland to try to get some of these guys prepared for the postseason. Don't want to take a chance of them getting hurt. I know this is definitely a debatable topic, and I can understand why people want to see Joe Burrow play against Cleveland because it's a division rival, and you never want to take a chance on losing to the Browns like we have in the past. But to me, I think it might be on the safe side, and it might be the best situation if Joe Burrow doesn't play this week against Cleveland. It might be in the team's best interest if Burrow and some of the other guys just set out in the season finale. And, we are, currently the 3 seed, like I mentioned. We've won the AFC North. It is absolutely crazy. And there's several teams who we could possibly end up playing as a wild card team. There's the Patriots. There's a Chargers. I believe the Colts and Raiders are also in contention as well. In my opinion, out of those 4 teams, I want to play the Raiders so bad. I don't think the Raiders are honestly really good. I think they're about average. They started off really hot, and then they've kind of crumbled some in typical Raider fashion. We played them earlier. We beat them by over 20 points. Evan McPherson had more points than the Raiders did as a whole team when we played them a month or so ago. And to me, the team I don't want to play out of those 4 teams, it's very tricky because we just saw the Colts loss to the Raiders yesterday, which is a very surprising loss. I would maybe say the Colts. They were on a big winning streak. They're playing very good football. I know the Patriots have played good as well, but, we saw Indianapolis humiliate New England a couple weeks ago. So I would say out of those teams, I want to put the Raiders the most. I think that gives us a really good chance of winning. And out of those teams I don't want us to play, I would probably have to say Indianapolis. But I just cannot believe the Cincinnati Bengals are hosting a home playoff game this season. It is so surreal and insane and incredible and awesome because, honestly, I felt like this was the type of season we could have had next year. So, honestly, we're kind of like a year ahead of schedule. I mean, depending how good we are this year, I mean, we might even be better next year. I mean, I think we're Super Bowl contenders this year. So what's stopping us from being Super Bowl contenders next year? It's so exciting to be a Bengals fan. At this point, this is the best feeling it's been for a Bengals fan in years. This is the best Bengals team, I would say, maybe in over a decade. I'm sure that's definitely debatable, but I cannot believe the Cincinnati Bengals were able to pull off the massive upset against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'll like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you all next time on the Sports Dude Hines Show.